Okay, so we just took some tests, and it looks like your son has a serious illness. Oh my gosh, what is it? I already told you. It's called a serious illness. What? Who named it that? Dr. John A. Serious Illness did. He discovered it while recovering from a serious illness. But not the serious illness that he discovered, it's a different illness. Called a different illness. Wait, so now I'm confused. Just tell me what the illness does. Oh, it's harmless, just a few weeks of rest. Oh, phew, I'll be taking him home before death. What? It's easy to cure, just need a vaccination. Oh, okay. Back it in, boys! Huh? Dad, I'm scared. Am I gonna survive that thing? Oh, you will.
A lot of effort to,
Probably. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave. Nope, there's still the bill. What? $200,000? You can buy a house with that. Used to. You know what? Fine, just do the vaccine. Alright, do it. I don't know if I want to. Oh, this thing's just for show. The actual vaccination's right here.
Yeah, that one.
Huh, that wasn't that bad. Okay, we'll be on our way now. Wait, you didn't pay. Don't care! I recently got the flu, and it was terrible. Getting sick is quite possibly the worst thing that can happen to you. Other than death, I guess. I don't know, I've never died, I can't answer that question. I didn't feel good enough to get out of bed, so I never went to the doctor. So, really, the flu is just an assumption. It could have been cancer. It obviously wasn't, but you never know. But when I had whatever I had, I just laid in bed, watching something on my phone, wishing I could have the energy to eat or walk. I was so drained on energy when I woke up the first morning with it that when I poured my bowl of honey and nut toasted O's, hashtag not sponsored, I just stared at them and just gave up and went back to sleep. I woke up again at 11, which is not normal for me. I'm a full-blown morning person, always has been. I will wake up at 8 o'clock and be ready for the day after going to sleep at 2. I went and took some Advil or something, hashtag not sponsored, and watched something on my iPad, and it was hard to enjoy whatever I was watching because I felt like throwing up every hour or so. I really wanted to throw up the whole time, and honestly, the only reason I thought it would make me feel better is because when I was 7, I ate like a lot of pizza while watching a movie, and I felt sick to my stomach, and right after I threw the pizza back up, I felt better. And then I ate 4 more slices, and you know the Disney movie Bolt? Neither do I, but I only know it exists because that was the movie we were watching that day. Look, it's a dog. But I never threw the pain up when I had the flu, which makes sense. Definitely not the solution to curing the flu. Or is it? Day 2 of having the flu was triple the achiness. I went downstairs and just watched YouTube. I had no energy whatsoever, so I just laid there watching YouTube, and I didn't eat anything or get up until 2 o'clock. I didn't eat or even get up for 6 hours. And then at 4:30, my brother kicked me off the TV. For some reason, the day after, I felt better. Maybe I finally threw up. I learned shortly after that my friend, the one from Superheroes, who I would give the fake name of SEAMUS because I think it's funny, he told me that his entire family got sick around the same time, so I blame SEAMUS. Okay, so basically before I got sick, there was this event at church that lasted for a few days, and after the event ended, almost everyone who went got sick, even SEAMUS. And me, I guess. In the end, the flu sucks, but I'm not done complaining about sickness. Remember that one time in 2020 when that one virus put us all inside? What? You don't? Wow, that's strange. Oh, wait, I don't know what you're saying. Okay. Well, I don't even know if you said anything either, or who you are, if I'm real, or you get me out of here!
My whole world is this screen, just 4 walls of a rectangle, but I can dare to...
Anyway, I only got COVID once, and it's kind of a long story. You see, last August, I went to a summer camp. They put us on a bus and sent us 3 hours away to this camp, which I'll call Super Fun Camp for Kids. Yeah. The camp was great. I had an amazing time. At first. Bum bum bum. I'll talk about this more later. For now, let me just tell this one story. Now, this summer camp was mostly outside, apart from the cabin that we slept in. And there were a whole lot of people there. Like, actually, I don't have any numbers, including SEAMUS. And if I've learned anything about this, it's that around him, I get sick. Or at least in these 2 separate instances that are completely separate and 5 months apart. Yeah, it's still his fault. It's still his fault. Anyway, on the second to last day of the camp, I woke up feeling like crap. This happened the previous day, but I just shook it off and I felt fine. This time, I couldn't shake it off. Let me tell you that breakfast and lunch were very fun times. I decided to sit down on the activities that we had to do. Again, more about that in the future, because I needed to lie down. I woke up to someone putting a wasp in a cup and then flushing it down the toilet. My dad took me to the camp's nurse, which I had no idea was even there, by the way, and she looked at my throat and saw some white stuff at the back of the throat. She said that meant I had strep throat and I should go take a strep test. Now, I've had strep throat in the past, and all I knew about it was that it was very contagious. She gave me this weird water to swish around in my mouth, and I was worried I was going to swallow it. It felt really weird. My dad then drove me to urgent care. I took a very uncomfortable strep test and waited for about 10 minutes. When the doctor came back, he gave me the inevitable news that it was a negative. So, what was that nurse seeing in my mouth? He said just in case I should take a COVID test. What? It's not COVID. I mean, okay, we got the results back and it was very positive. His exact words. Well, poop. This camp was going great until I got COVID somehow. That's lame. Here's how I think I got sick. I don't know if this is exactly true, but it might be. I don't know. A day or two before I got COVID, I drank out of my dad's cup. It had some protein things in it because I didn't eat healthy. It tasted a little weird, but it was okay. I learned later that my dad let a lot of other people drink out of the same cup. And I wasn't the only one to get COVID. One other girl got COVID who I don't remember the name of, and I don't think I know who it is. And I'm pretty sure she drank out of the same cup too. So that's how I think I got it, and I'm pretty confident in that. The real question, though, is how she got COVID. Do we get it from each other? I was driven back to camp, and my mom took me to a private room to sleep in. And oh my gosh, it was an absolute luxury compared to what we stayed in before. There was a bunk bed, air conditioning, a bathroom, a shower. My script says, oh muppy go. What? But honestly, I was extremely tired. I stayed up till 12 each night, or maybe even later. So I laid down and slept from around 8 p.m. to 11 a.m. After waking up, I was freezing cold. Now this happened in a Luxembourg August summer, and it was 110 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I was in my shorts and t-shirt, and it was 70 degrees in there, and I was freezing. It was 60 degrees. I was so cold. I asked my dad if I can go get my flannel from the car, but he said no, so I had to snuggle my blanket to keep warm. Now, it was the last day at camp and everyone was tired, but not me. I just got 12 hours of sleep, you little nerds. I was going home in my parents' car instead of the bus, so I didn't infect anyone else. You know, it was kind of nice being in the car. SEAMUS, being a very good friend, packed up all my stuff and brought it to my car. Good boy. That morning, I got whatever stuff I needed and then left the room. And as soon as I stepped out the door, I felt like I was in a microwave. Oh my gosh, I was in there from being cold to just burning. Anyway, when I was waiting by the car at 1 o'clock, the bus arrived for the other guys. And I saw my friends walking to the bus. They were happy to see me. I mean, after all, I hadn't seen them for a whole day, pretty much, and I was feeling miserable the whole time. The whole time I was sick, I was honestly in probably the worst mood I've ever had. I was so salty because I couldn't do anything. I had so much fun that week, but now it was all being put to a halt because of COVID. And heck, it was 4 years late. What are the chances of this? Once we got home, I laid down and just rested. Didn't go to sleep, I got plenty of that. As usual, I learned absolutely nothing from the story. Back in 2021, not 1921, I went to go get my vaccine. Of course, I never got COVID till 3 years later, but I think it helped. Once I got the vaccine, I looked through the toy aisle, because there is one in Walgreens, and I saw something extraordinary. A classic St. I Kirby plush. At the time, I had no plushies of this little guy, and I begged my dad for it. He said no. A few days later, though, he told me this story. He said that he hid the plush behind the box so he could buy it for me later. But when he came back to get it later, someone took it. Womp womp. But it's all good because I have one now. And a few others. You may be wondering, what the heck does this have to do with getting sick? Absolutely nothing. Getting sick is just something you'll have to deal with. It's boring, it doesn't feel good, you really just want to hang out with your friends. Or you just want to stay home from school. Each sickness is almost a level up once you get through it. But drink medicine, of course. I think... Guys, I don't know if that's how that works. I just wanted to say something interesting. I can't do inspirational quotes. I mean, I can't summarize what you just learned. You didn't learn anything. You're just hearing my funny stories. I mean, goofy little stories. You know, you don't know who I am. You don't know.